Okay, the last video cut off. That's the other thing. They seem to have internet control. They've accessed my phone. Sometimes they call me at just the right moment, either from the UK, from like an international number that when I try to dial it back it won't, or sometimes the caller ID comes up as unknown. And if you try to call them back, and it's the same if you ever get a call from the police, from a sheriff detective, it says unknown. So every once in a while they harass me with a really strangely timed or perfectly timed phone call right when I'm doing something in my private life all alone. All of a sudden, boom, unknown caller, some weird shit, just weird stuff. These are gang stalkers. They can hack an iPhone, and they're the FBI, the CIA, and whoever this guy is in the videos that I've been posting that's driving this white truck. That's the plate number. And okay, I had just ordered some legal books, and every time I order a legal book, and I'm going to show you this, it doesn't show up, and I have to order it twice. I never have any problem ordering. Now notice how I had to order the same book twice, this one and this one. Okay, because, and now I'm going to show you a picture. It said that it was not delivered and that it's undeliverable. And then another time I ordered a book, and on the same day, this is the day that I decided I have to file a lawsuit. Is the day that I took this picture. Are you ready? Where is it? No! What? I'm telling you, they hacked my phone and they took a picture out of my phone. This is bullshit. No way. Oh no. See how paranoid I am? Every time I go anywhere, no, okay, the picture is here. This is my mailbox. It's completely empty. That was the day I was supposed to receive a law book, and the book is called something like Due Process of the Law or How to Defend Yourself in Court. Now, the guy in the truck that just showed up that I shot this video of, dude, I really did think they hacked my phone and stole that picture and removed it. I'm not joking. I really, for a minute, that's how paranoid I am now. But this gang stalker in this here video right here, this guy, first of all, I only got cameras because of these people who are gang stalking me. And here he comes. He pulls up in his truck. Now this is the same truck that in the other video I chase him down. And the first thing he does is he goes into my post office box. That's the same post office box that I was waiting for a legal book. Now he's going to wait for the U.S. Postal guy to show up and probably go into the... So maybe the U.S. Postal Service doesn't know anything about the lawsuit I'm about to file against this guy and his whatever. Or I don't know who he is. That's why I need due process. I need to know who my accusers are. I need to be able to know what evidence they have against me or what type of bullshit they're trying to pull. You know, they obviously think I've done something terrible. So what the fuck is it? And why don't you press charges already? Do something. And I was talking about a year ago. I felt like I've lived in 3 different addresses since the last time. They keep moving me from one address to another and trying to make me homeless. And they sent some lady from the county to get into a little casual conversation with me. But, and I don't normally go and chit chat with people. I was trying to get out of the conversation. I was like, you know how when you're like, I was at the laundromat. And as soon as I got there, I loaded my clothes and was doing laundry. And this lady shows up. And she just intentionally starts chit-chatting with me. And I don't normally chit-chat, and I was trying to get out of the conversation. So I wasn't trying to lead the conversation in any direction except for, oh, well, it was nice meeting you, and bye. You know, but she kept talking to me, and basically from the course of the conversation, she made it clear that she was one of the gang stalkers, and that these people are going to make me homeless, and that was their intention, is to destroy me. And she was part of them in that she seemed like they must have told her some terrible, awful thing that's not even necessarily true about me. She took it upon herself to be a good citizen since I'm so bad, since I'm so awful. If you sit me down, and I don't even know what they're telling people. Now, I work in an industry where I deal with law enforcement. So the other day I was at a jail and I was delivering some paperwork, and there was a one of the guys, the deputies, came out, and he had a new trainee, which was a pretty young blonde lady. And the minute she looked at me, I could tell by the look on her face they had told that she had heard some sort of crazy story about me, because she looked at me and she couldn't help it. She's just a sweet young lady, uh, probably around 25 or 26, and kind of new to being a deputy. And the way she looked at me was like, oh, like she just saw a murderer. And I just remember looking at her thinking, I wonder what they told her about me. You know, like what? And every once in a while I'll be at the Walmart and somebody will see me and it looks like they look. And all the time I come out and people have their phone up like they're talking or doing something like that. And I feel like they're following me or watching me or shooting video of me. And it's happening. It's not just the helicopters flying around wherever I am. I got video of that. I'm going to upload that next. So I finally decide I have to file suit. And this guy comes and starts stealing. Now, I'm going to show you another law book that I ordered earlier on my Amazon. And I had to order it twice because the same thing happened. It wasn't in my mailbox. And then it wasn't at the post office and they said, we don't know what you're talking about. And then I ordered a second one. And now I see this guy who's a detective. This is a law book. It's Law for Dummies, or one of those Law for Dummies books. See how I ordered the same book? That's because it wouldn't arrive. And now I see this guy. Now let me tell you about this guy that I saw. And I did this video where I chase him down in the truck. Let's go to that video real quick. This is my security camera video where he pulls up and he goes to the goes into the post office box. I suspect that he's there to take one of my books that I had ordered. And then, of course, this video I just posted. Come on, oh, let me play it for you. How come it won't play? Alright, we're going to get it to play here even. Oh, here it is. Alright, so this video I posted on YouTube a little bit. Just in front of my house. As soon as I leave, they're going to go in. Anyway. Yeah, they've been going into my property too, into my house. So you guys saw that video. I'm putting this video up. And I don't know why my camera stopped recording, but I think they have control of this. I've seen them do stuff with my camera. That's why this video is a record, because I'm filing a lawsuit against whoever it is. I gotta find. I don't even know if it could be the FBI. It could be. I know that the helicopter that I see is probably California State Police, CHP or whatever. I know that this guy, I've seen him. If he's the same guy now, when he did that, he always appears like this. He's got a hat on and glasses on. So I really don't know what he looks like. And there's 100 guys. I mean, he looks just like me when I have a hat and glasses on. I mean, who doesn't? But I would recognize his chin, and if I would know him, I'd be able to pick him out of a crowd. Anyway, the first time I saw him was in 2018. Long time ago. And he pulls up in a car. I'm sitting there at a stoplight, and I notice somebody looking at me, and the guy's just sitting there, and I look over, and he's just sitting there staring at me. And I remember at first I was a little bit intimidated, and then I realized I better get my camera out and take a picture of this guy, right? And when he saw me digging for the camera, he almost ran a red light to get away from me. And I remember by the time I couldn't find my camera, I was looking for it. And when he saw me look for something, he took off. In the same way that when he saw me pulling out my camera, when he showed up in that white truck in front of my house and went to my mailbox, that's the same thing he did. As soon as I started to pull out the camera, he took off. Then it was on the day that I went to, it was the day when I was having my tires changed, and I have a receipt for it at Les Schwab, and I was walking from the Les Schwab down the street, and there was a Reading police car, and it looked like the same guy. And this was, I don't know when, but I do have the receipt for the day when I had my tires done, so I can pinpoint the exact day. And I'm going to do that in court. I'm going to use that as evidence, and this video, and my videos previously that I've posted. And you might be called to testify as a viewer, you know, as a witness that, yeah, you've been watching my videos over a year ago. I didn't just post that. This stuff has been going on with me. And I stopped posting videos, mostly because heightened tensions kept getting higher with Actually, I don't post a video if the Lord doesn't tell me to. If I feel like the Lord is telling me to post a video, and the problem is whenever I post a video that I felt was from God, I start to rant about the gang stalkers. I'll be like, these guys, whenever you decide to arrest me, finally, that's when World War III is gonna happen. And now I'm like, I'm gonna file a lawsuit. So here I am on a rant again. But this is the guy I've seen. He might be the guy that I saw in the Reading police cruiser. And when I walked by, I remember I was walking from the Les Schwab, and I was going down the street because I was just waiting for the thing. And as I'm walking by, I see this guy. He's staring at me, and he's watching me the whole time, like his head is turning with me. And as I passed, I remember I stopped to look back, and he's staring at me, and I kind of had a look with him for a minute. We both kind of stared at each other for a second. It's the same, I think it's the same guy who was in the blue truck that pulled up beside me in 2018. The same guy, or maybe it had been 2017, it's been a while. And the same guy in the white truck with the plate, I can tell you the government plate number, who went into my, and they're really, you're going to steal law books from me? Because you know you have legal liability, and now I have you on camera and on YouTube, and I'm about to file suit. Y'all are going to settle out of court, and I'm going to have an apartment that pays all my rent and that I live in. Because, and you guys can put video cameras all the way around. That'll be a part of our agreement. I have enough money to afford an apartment, and you can put a homing device in my vehicle, because I know that's the one thing that would exonerate me if somebody on the other side of town goes missing and is abducted or some bullshit. Oh, they also tried to set me up the other day. This is what happened. I'm at work. This girl comes in. She's like, I need a ride. I really need a ride. I was like, well, it was like a 3-hour walk or a 5-minute drive for me. So I thought, okay, I'll do it. As I'm taking her out to my car, now I do good deeds. Ain't nobody going to stop me from doing good deeds. So while I'm driving this girl home, first thing I notice is the helicopter's flying over. Okay, so she gets in the car. I'm driving her. Then I notice a police car drives by right where there's a light, and he looks right at me and her, which was good. I didn't care. I'm glad. I felt like if this girl was going to have to walk home, she's safer with me than going on a 3-hour walk. I'll drop her right off. So as we're driving for me to drop her off, I start telling her in advance, wherever I drop you off, it's got to be a place where there's clearly cameras, like a 7-Eleven or Walmart, anything like that, that you can see me clearly pull up and she gets out of the car. That was my only stipulation. We pull into where she needs to go, and we're close to her. I said, well, there's a gas station. That might be the best place to drop you off. She's like, oh, no, there's another place up here. And she intentionally takes me to this dark back alley where she wants me to drop her off. And I was like, no, I am not dropping you off here. I'll drop you off in front of the Circle K or whatever it was. So there's video evidence, proof that I did not abduct this girl. She gets out of my car and goes into the store. But I know they had put her up to try to because as soon as I started talking about filing a lawsuit, this is the thing, is they're following me even when I'm alone. So I'll be alone in my car. I think they listen to me through my phone. Okay. I'll be also potential lawsuit against UPS and FedEx. Or if not, at least I need to see the warrants they have to search my, and to know, and the U.S. Postal Service. Obviously, the U.S. Postal Service being somewhat complicit. If I can prove that the U.S. Postal Service is complicit in holding back my mail, unless they have some sort of warrant or legal action to do so, in which case I'd like to see it. And would somebody please help me? I need an attorney. Please contact the attorney. Have him, let me know. No, I already have. I've already won. I already know I've got this. So here's the thing. I've already got two different law firms that I have to decide between, and I got an appointment with the third one. Basically, they're vying for me. They want to know more. They want to know more. They've seen what I have, and they're like, their mouths are watering. And they want to know who's that guy in that car with the government plates and what have I done? And I'm telling them I'm innocent. I want to testify, please. Somebody press charges, do something. And since I'm finally at the brink of losing a fourth or maybe fifth job, and that and psychologically I can't stay at my job anymore. It torments me in my mind. I can't sleep. I'm not enjoying work anyway. and all my coworkers seem to know personal private details. Like one of my coworkers knows everything about my personal private life. And the minute I get, how are you gonna? How are they gonna? And I'm just saying, and whatever. I don't even know what they're telling people. Would somebody please tell me what? I want to put that little deputy, that young lady, blonde haired deputy, under oath, under threat of perjury. And if you perjure yourself, and I can prove it, if you lie under oath, you're gonna lose your job. You can't be no deputy but if you tell the truth under oath, at least someday you could be an attorney or one of the top. I mean, hey, when it was jeopardizing your job, you told the truth and you did the right thing. And yeah, another county got in big trouble for it, but thank God that your county was exonerated completely. They had nothing really. They were just, following basic, what they doing, what they were told from another county. Same with Lassen County. I remember every time I've been on the phone with different counties, it seems like especially the women who work in the counties seem to especially hate me as if I've done something terrible. I have not, I swear. And I do want to get all the evidence out. I mean, if all my coworkers are going to know everything about my personal private life, there's nothing holding me back from revealing everything, every detail to a 12-panel jury, which I'd rather do if it'll finally put an end to this because I've been sentenced. I'd also like to put under oath the judge. If there's a judge who's approving the warrants, if they don't have a warrant, then I'm fully going to get a $100 million lawsuit. If they have a ton of warrants, at least I'll have proof of what they're doing. And then I want to put under oath the judge, and I want to have the judge disbarred and the DA disbarred. And I know their names. I know who they are. So good luck finding a job. And this is all assuming World War III doesn't happen. The other day, I felt like the Holy Spirit was telling me I had a vision of me driving a Ferrari. Like it was not just a regular vision. It felt like real, like it was reality. And I decided that, that's crazy that I'm not looking for no fucking lawsuit, but these guys need to learn they can't just destroy people's lives without due process. And then if I find out those investigators obviously have something personal against me, of course they do. They've been harassing me, and then I get on YouTube and say, F you guys, I'm going to live however I want in my personal private life. And then because of them, I start intentionally. At one point, I decided I wish they'd just finally arrest me or do something. I felt like I was on house arrest anyway. I was even willing to say put a ankle bracelet on me so you know where I am at all times. At least it would exonerate me when nothing happens or when something happens elsewhere. Plus, they've been that setup I talked about was not the first setup. I'm gonna end this video and I'll start a new one. But this is all evidence. This is all going to be admitted as evidence in a court of law. So you just happen to be watching this. Get ready. Get ready. You're about to get your whole budget taken from you for the whole year, for the next 10 years. No, I mean, I wouldn't do that because I know the county governments, they're fighting fires and they have, medical stuff and fire, just it's not right to sue a county government and take all their money just because they gang stalked you and completely blew the whole investigation on me because when it turns out I was innocent, they couldn't handle it and they wanted to continue to fuck with me. Or something like that. I don't know. To be honest, I mean, and what I'm afraid of. Here's the legal question I have for my attorney. I know they have a Hercules C-130 video of me from because I remember when they first started following me. And you might say, "What'd you do? I don't even know. I'd like to find out. Come on, tell me." Let's present all your evidence in court. Let's at least get to the discovery portion of a lawsuit where we at least get to that point. And then we'll see what my attorneys have to say. That'll be a fun day. But I've already discussed it. I've shown them a picture of my personal private life. They're still excited about this lawsuit. They said, dude, it's due process. They asked me, have you committed crime? No. Have you ever committed? I said, no. What have you done illegal? Well, when I came to California, I had guns that were legally purchased in Washington. The minute I crossed the state lines, it was 5 felonies. That's it. Illegal guns. And then when I found out it was a felony, I basically it was gun confiscation by the state of California, which I might just sue state of California, and maybe just for that. I mean, I don't know. Do I have rights at all? I don't think so. Not in California. Watch. Oh, it would be just such a terrible disgrace if California won a lawsuit against me. And like if I went to court after being gang stalked for 2 years, no due process, everybody in community knowing all my personal private life, all my coworkers hating on me because they think something that's not even true. It would be a travesty if I lost that lawsuit for doing whatever I want in my private life. Are you kidding me? Why don't we go to your house and see what you do on Friday and Saturday night and follow you with the camera? I'm just saying. Like, they got to be ludicrous to think they win a lawsuit. But at the same time, it is the state of California. I mean, this is one state where you got the mass production of pornography on one side of the state, and everybody else in the whole rest of the state is a perfect fucking saint, I guess. Ready to point the finger at the one person they've ever met who's actually been celibate literally 99.999% of his life, and the little bit of sex I did have was mostly in high school before I became a Christian. And the only time I've ever slept with a minor was when I was a minor myself. I'm just saying, 10th grade was the craziest year for me. I'm just saying, since then I haven't got no, I haven't got nothing, man. And the little bit that I do have, they want to take away from me and use it to say that I'm some sort of criminal. And that would be my guns. I had a couple of good guns, 30 round magazines, flash hider, collapsible stock, AK, AR, and state of California. I had 5 felonies right there in my car. So if they were gonna arrest me, they should have done it. I'm just saying, and that would have been the only thing that's the only thing. Is that what this is all about? I'm being gang stalked for that? What the fuck? I mean, come on. Anyway, and I'm not. The proof that I have never done anything is in the middle of being gang stalked. I went and got a job where I go to the jails every day, like literally. Like if I don't go to jail, it's a bad day. A good day, you go to 2, 3 different jails. That's the best day is when you go to, or actually the best days are when you when you come into your work and your manager's like, I'm posting a bond for you. Anyway, point is, I'm innocent. I need to be exonerated. I need enough money to recover from this. And also, I have been exhibiting post-traumatic stress, but it's not post-traumatic. It's traumatic stress. Do you know how difficult it is to when you come home after work and you know somebody's been in your apartment. You see this guy with the government tags on his car out front of your thing going through. You know somebody's been taking your mail, and then you got video. And the only reason I got these video cameras is because they were gang stalking me. I don't normally have video cameras around my. Who gets a video camera and you live in an apartment? I don't know. I live in an apartment, and that's the other thing. They got me poor, broke, and homeless, and they're about to make me homeless, like they said. So I'm just like, if I'm going homeless, I might as well full on go full scale legal against them. And it turns out the people, the 2 different, now the firms that I spoke to so far are big fucking firms, and they're all mouths are watering, and they're like, we want to know more. It's crazy, So, and I wanted to wait, and there's one more law firm that I wanted to talk to because I'm in prayer about it. You got to choose the right law firm, and if they've there's one that has beat the FBI multiple times in the past, and it's had drawn lawsuits again. That's one of them, and the other one is like a smaller one, which I'm thinking about going with because he just is. I don't know. Everything in me says I should go with the bigger law firm where they've already defeated the FBI multiple times. But the other guys, I don't know. I'm just praying about it. So I'm going to go look at one more law firm and find out what they're going to do. But this guy you see on these video cameras driving that white U.S. government truck, they're going to, because of him, I mean, they're going to lose a lot of money, I'm pretty sure. At least at the end of this, we'll be able to present all the evidence, and we'll find out what a 12-panel jury has to say about that. What do you guys think should happen to me? I'm negotiable at this point. I'm so accustomed to coming home and knowing somebody's been in my apartment. Literally every time I go out of county, they know I'm out of county. They know where I am. They know where I am all day, and I intentionally want them to know where I'm at because if they're gonna try and set me up, like I'm afraid for them that what if I had dropped that girl off right where she asked to in the dark corner over there? What would they be? I have a feeling that this was their last ditch effort to try to frame me, because that's the another thing in my little apartment that I lived at. I remember one day coming home and seeing a little tiny bits of blood spatter that looked like blood spatter, little tiny bits like somebody had taken, like had a bloody finger and went like that to it against my wall. That blood was not there before. And I remember thinking, are these people trying? And then they tried, before that, they had already tried to entrap me twice. And they sent an informant, and I didn't know he was an informant, to tell people a heinous lie about me right in front of me at one point. His name, I know his name, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to find him. But if I do, I'll put him on the, yeah, we'll have to find him. It's a lawsuit, you know? But anyway, and I want to get down to the truth. And the theme of the lawsuit is going to be finding all truth, revealing all truth. I want to know all truth, and don't perjure yourself, you liars. And as soon as people perjure themselves, I'm going to go after them legally to make sure they have criminal charges against them so that they can no longer be a detective. They can no longer be a deputy sheriff. And if that young lady doesn't tell the truth, then I'm going to go after her if I can prove the truth. I'm just saying, anybody that testifies under oath, you just better tell the truth, because that's the whole theme. And even if you don't, we're going to prove what we need to prove. I already have the proof. I have the proof.